What would happen if a human being stopped sleeping completely? How long could someone actually survive without sleep? 1 day? 3 days? A week? At first, staying awake may not seem extremely dangerous. Many people already sleep too little because of work, stress, social media, or modern lifestyles. But the truth is terrifying. Sleep is not optional. The human brain and body desperately need sleep to survive. And when sleep disappears for too long, the body slowly begins breaking down in shocking ways. Today, we're going to explore how long humans can stay awake, what happens to the brain during severe sleep deprivation, and why lack of sleep may become deadly much faster than most people realize. Stay until the end, because after enough sleep deprivation, the brain may begin struggling to separate reality from hallucination. Let's begin. Scientists still do not know the exact maximum time a human can survive without sleep. But one thing is absolutely clear. The body cannot function properly for very long without rest. One of the most famous sleep deprivation experiments happened in 1964. A teenager named Randy Gardner stayed awake for approximately 11 days as part of a science experiment. At first, the effects seemed mild: fatigue, irritability, difficulty concentrating. But as the days passed, the symptoms became far more severe. He began experiencing memory problems, mood changes, poor coordination, and hallucinations. His brain struggled to function normally. Fortunately, he eventually recovered after sleeping. But the experiment demonstrated just how quickly the human brain begins failing without rest. Now let's talk about what actually happens inside the body during sleep deprivation. After just 24 hours without sleep, the brain already begins functioning differently. Reaction time slows down. Concentration becomes weaker. Memory worsens. Decision-making becomes impaired. In fact, staying awake for 24 hours may affect the brain similarly to alcohol intoxication. People become mentally slower and more emotionally unstable. Now here's something many people underestimate. The brain performs critical maintenance during sleep. While sleeping, memories are organized. Toxins are cleared from the brain, hormones balance, and the nervous system recovers. Without sleep, these repair systems begin failing rapidly. After around 36 to 48 hours without sleep, symptoms become much more serious. The body experiences extreme exhaustion. Stress hormones rise significantly. Mood swings intensify. Some people begin experiencing anxiety, paranoia, or emotional instability. The immune system also weakens. This makes the body more vulnerable to illness and infection. Now let's discuss hallucinations. After several days without sleep, the brain may begin creating false sensory experiences. People may see shadows, hear sounds, or believe things that are not real. Why does this happen? Because the brain becomes increasingly unable to process reality correctly. Certain parts of the brain begin entering microsleeps. And microsleeps are extremely brief moments where parts of the brain temporarily shut down for a few seconds, even while the person appears awake. The brain essentially forces itself into short moments of rest because it can no longer function normally. Now, here's something terrifying. Severe sleep deprivation may eventually affect the heart, metabolism, immune system, and entire nervous system. Blood pressure may rise. Inflammation increases. Hormonal balance becomes disrupted. The body enters extreme physical stress. Over time, cognitive abilities continue collapsing. Speech may become slower and confused. Memory becomes unreliable. The ability to focus almost disappears. Some individuals become unable to distinguish dreams from reality. Now let's talk about emotions. Sleep deprivation strongly affects emotional control, and people often become more irritable, anxious, aggressive, or emotionally unstable after poor sleep. This happens because the brain areas responsible for emotional regulation become impaired. At the same time, stress response systems become more active. This creates emotional overload. Now, here's something extremely important. Chronic sleep deprivation is dangerous even if someone is not staying awake continuously. Many people sleep only 4 or 5 hours every night for long periods. Over time, this may still seriously damage health. Poor sleep is connected to heart disease, obesity, diabetes, depression, weakened immunity, memory problems, and increased accident risk. The body keeps accumulating sleep debt over time, and eventually, performance and health begins suffering significantly. Now let's discuss one of the rarest and most horrifying diseases ever discovered: fatal familial insomnia. This extremely rare genetic disease slowly destroys the brain's ability to sleep. At first, patients experience worsening insomnia, but eventually they become almost completely unable to sleep at all. As the disease progresses, hallucinations, panic, memory loss, physical deterioration, and neurological failure occur. Sadly, the disease is fatal. This terrifying condition demonstrates how absolutely essential sleep truly is for human survival. Now, here's something fascinating. Scientists discovered the brain actually cleans itself during sleep. A special waste-clearing system becomes more active while sleeping, helping remove toxic byproducts from brain tissue. Without proper sleep, these waste products may accumulate more easily. Researchers believe this process may be connected to long-term brain health and diseases involving cognitive decline. Now let's talk about dreams. Dreaming mainly happens during REM sleep, one of the most important stages of rest. REM sleep helps emotional regulation, memory processing, and cognitive recovery. Without enough REM sleep, the brain struggles to maintain normal emotional balance and mental performance. This is one reason severe sleep deprivation affects thinking so dramatically. Now here's another shocking fact. Sleep deprivation may impair driving ability as much as alcohol. Extremely tired individuals often experience slower reactions, poor judgment, and microsleeps while driving. This is why fatigue-related accidents can become extremely dangerous. Now, let's discuss why modern humans struggle with sleep so much. Artificial lighting, smartphones, stress, social media, caffeine, and non-stop stimulation confuse the body's natural sleep systems. The human brain evolved for natural cycles of daylight and darkness. Modern lifestyles constantly interfere with those rhythms. Blue light from screens especially affects melatonin production, the hormone that helps regulate sleep. Now, let's talk about possible solutions for better sleep. Keeping a consistent sleep schedule may help regulate the body's internal clock. Reducing screen exposure before bed may improve melatonin production naturally. Avoiding excessive caffeine late in the day may also help. Exercise may improve sleep quality significantly. A cool, dark, quiet room may support deeper rest. Stress management is equally important because anxiety and racing thoughts often interfere with sleep quality. Now let's quickly review what happens during severe sleep deprivation. After one day, concentration and reaction speed decline. After several days, hallucinations and emotional instability may appear. The immune system weakens. Hormones become disrupted. Memory and decision-making collapse. And eventually, the brain struggles to function properly at all. The exact point where sleep deprivation becomes fatal remains difficult to measure scientifically. But one thing is undeniable. Sleep is one of the most important biological needs humans have. The body can survive longer without food than without proper sleep. And perhaps the most important thing to remember is this: sleep is not wasted time. While you sleep, and your brain repairs itself, your body recovers, memories organize, hormones balance, and vital systems reset. Without sleep, the human body slowly begins falling apart. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more fascinating science, health, and psychology content explained in a simple and easy way. Take care of your brain, protect your sleep, and we'll see you in the next video.